It's every footballer's dream to play in the World Cup, and many will do anything to achieve that dream, even if it means switching allegiances at the very last minute. But what if we told you that that's not the only reason players switch countries right before a tournament? They do this for many different reasons, and we'll find out what they are in this video. Costa was born and raised in Brazil, so naturally everyone just expected him to represent Brazil on the international stage. That's the greatest national team in football history, and he started out doing exactly that. He was called up to represent Brazil in 2013 and played games against Italy and Russia. But later that year, Diego Costa was granted Spanish citizenship, and the Royal Spanish Football Federation went to FIFA and asked for permission to call Costa up to the Spanish national team. Costa himself then sent a letter to the Brazilian Football Confederation, expressing his desire to represent Spain internationally. And since the games he played for Brazil were only friendliest, FIFA allowed him to switch to the world champions at the time. And the timing was pretty crazy too, because he dumped Brazil just about a year before the World Cup was going to kick off in Brazil. So as expected during the 2014 World Cup, he was booed by the home fans who all felt betrayed by him and his choice. Spain would go on to be eliminated at the group stage, but Costa couldn't really have escaped humiliation that year because we all remember what happened to Brazil in the semi-final, don't we? Mays was born in France to an Algerian father and an Algerian-Moroccan mother. And of course, like many French Africans before him, he could have opted to represent Lee. But he chose Algeria instead, for one reason. In particular, his father, his late dad before he died, told Riot to represent the Algerian national team, and the former Leicester man made sure to grant his dad that wish in just months to the 2014 World Cup. He pledged his allegiance to the North African country and was called up to represent the team. It must have been a very proud moment when he captained the Algeria national team to Afghan success in 2019, for the first time in nearly 3 decades. Anwar El Karsi is of dual nationality. He was born in the Netherlands and is of Moroccan descent. And guess who helped him pick the country to represent internationally? Cristiano Ronaldo. The former Villa man idolizes Ronaldo. So back in 2016, he met the Portugal captain and asked him which country he should represent. C7 told him to pick the Netherlands because that would give him a higher chance of playing in international tournaments. So El Ghazi chose the Netherlands and was immediately called up for the Euro 2016 qualifiers. The Netherlands failed to qualify for that tournament. However, but since then, El Ghazi hasn't had a great deal of luck with the Netherlands. So with just weeks to the 2022 World Cup, he decided to switch allegiances to Morocco and hoped to represent the North African country at the World. The Moroccan Football Federation was also working on the paperwork, but it was too little, too late, as El Ghazi didn't make it into the final Morocco squad. Williams Inyi was born in Spain to Garnet and parents, and you already know what that means. He was eligible to represent either Spain or Ghana internationally. His first choice was Spain. He made his debut for the Spans in the friendly against Bosnia and Hera in 2016. But after that, there wasn't much going in the way of call-ups to Spain. So in 2021, Ghana were looking to get him to switch, and a reply to that. This is what Inyile said. "My parents are from Accra, and I really enjoy going. But I wasn't born or raised there. My culture's here, and there are players for whom it would mean more. I don't think it would be right to take the place of someone who really deserves to go and who feels 100% Ghanaian." That statement felt like a rejection for the Ghanaians. But in July 2022, just months away from the World Cup, he declared himself available to be chosen by Ghana for the upcoming tournament, and he was picked first for friends in September. And then in the final list of players heading to Qatar, now Inyi Williams and his younger brother Nico will both be at the 22 World Cup, but will be representing different countries, as Nico was called up by Spain. Lamp is another guy who switched allegiances Ghana just in time for the 2022 World. He was born in England to Ghana and Paris, and you could tell he was holding up for a call to the England senior team after having represented the country at youth levels. But if you've seen the abundance of talent England have right back, you'd understand why Lamp finally switched allegiances to Ghana just in time to be selected for the 2022 World Cup. The Black Stars of Ghana are really hot cake, aren't they? Because even before Lamp T and Inyak, there was Kevin Prince Boateng, who ditched Germany for Ghana just before the 2010 World Cup. He had represented Germany at youth levels, having been born in Berlin. But in 2009, he told the German authorities that he was no longer interested in representing Germany, saying that he feels more Ghanaian. He switched to Ghana in May 2010 and was called up to represent the Black Stars of the World Cup in South Africa the following month. However, his younger brother, Jerome Boateng, stuck with Germany and went on to win the World Cup in 2014. Number 7. Mario Fernandes. Mario Fernandes was born in Brazil and lived in Brazil until 2012 when he moved to Cheska. Mos. In 2011, he was called up by Brazil for a friendly, but it turned it down, saying he was having some personal issues at the time. So his debut was delayed by 3 years. He eventually played for Brazil in a friendly game against Japan in 2014, and that would turn out to be the only game he played for the 5-time world champions. He acquired Russian citizenship in 2016 and switched to play for the Europeans just in time for the World Cup on home soil in 2018. At that time, he had already stayed in Russia for more than 5 years, so he was eligible to represent the national team. He was called up to the World Cup by Russia, and he helped the country reach the quarterfinals. He even scored the equaling goal in the quarterfinal against Croatia, which sent the game to penalty. But he went from hero to villain as he failed to convert his own spot kick in the shootout. Fernandes' time with Russia was short-lived, though, as he announced his retirement from international football in 2021. Now, there are many other players who have switched countries at different times, including Matty Cash, Adam Ilo, Lumen, Emmerich, Port Orion, and even I. But the names we provided in this video are those who switched just in time for a World Cup tournament. So whose switch would you say was the least expected? Now, like all, this video has also come to its end, but not the journey. Watch more of our videos to learn, and we'll keep you entertained at the same time.